myself, how do I relate to the story? Good question.
I know this was a good
Because for me, it was hard to relate in the sense that I felt like I never belonged and stuff, but I've always made an effort to continually put myself out there constantly. I feel like now, so more so now, I relate to Tropical Girl in the sense that I don't feel as open to the world as I used to. I feel that, like Tropical Girl, the world has let me down too much. And it can get really hard to open yourself up and take risks again, you know? So I relate to her in that sense. But also, now that I'm vegan for, I think, 7 years. Wow, 7 years. Yeah, now that I'm a vegan for 7 years, I think this story really brings to light my inner child, because my inner child was very sensitive to that kind of stuff with animals. I really loved animals as a child. But I was always brought up to believe that certain animals were created by God for us to eat and consume, while other animals we are allowed to cuddle and, you know, admire and make friends. But the other type of animals are there to be eaten, right? So I think this story really hits home in terms of teaching us, like, a fish is just like a dog, a cow is just like a dog, you know, and we've been conditioned by the food industry and all these other places to believe that we can't live without meat in us, and so, and that's our only source of vitamins and minerals and protein and fiber and all those kind of things. So I think doing a story like this really has helped me learn to open up again to the love of other animals. Even though I've been a vegan for 7 years, I feel like watching Cowspiracy and all that kind of stuff didn't really connect me to them being my friends. You know, that's the thing that I loved as a kid, was having animals as my friends. So in terms of Tropical Girl's inner journey, I think I relate to that a lot in the sense that I've taken risks in my acting stuff and in some aspects refused to take risks in my acting stuff because of people's negative views on critiquing someone, you know, just to attack them. But you could do a really good job and they still hate you. And you'll believe forever that you sucked, you know? And in acting, you stuff up something in acting, you can usually get away with it because the audience don't have the script there to know that you've said one word wrong or something like that. But what Ella goes through in terms of making a mistake on stage and then sheltering herself, for me, it was more like after my acting, I would just get attacked in terms of, like, even though I would get so much feedback how amazing it was, I'd get small comments that are there just to stab you. And those ones were the ones that I held on to and I sheltered away from acting. So I relate to Tropical Girl in that sense, because even though hers was an actual mistake and mine was being attacked for doing what I loved, the end result was the same, which was feeling like I should be in a bubble and not try that anymore because it hurts when you get something wrong, or it hurts because people attack you for it. So I do relate to her inner journey as well. You couldn't write it if you don't relate to it in some way. Her external goal of vengeance towards a trawler. Anyone that knows me, particularly the people that know me from my days in Aids, will know how aggressive I was towards others. So yes, vengeance was, I would probably say still is in some aspects, but not as much as it was before. But vengeance is something that, and justice and all that, I think I still have a lot of work on my justifications for that, because there's no justification for vengeance or even justice. It's all about forgiveness, but I haven't had the soul change that I'd like on that as much as, I mean, I have some soul change in it, but not as much as I'd like. And so yes, definitely I know the feeling of when you want to get back at someone for hurting you or someone you loved. That eye for an eye, I suppose, is something that I've definitely believed in for a long time. So it's something that I have to and continue to work on. Definitely, I think this story is a story for myself and for others who believe in this concept of eye for an eye, who believe in the concept of I need justice for my loss. I think it's a great film for those people who don't believe in being nice to animals, or who believe that there is a reason, or God created animals that we can eat and animals that we should be friends with, rather than actually seeing the truth is you've changed that perspective. The whole perspective has always been living in harmony with those animals, and unfortunately we don't do that.